I was working with my locations department to find the right sets.
I had to go with Evan Kidd, the location scout, and him and I drove to Richmond, Virginia Beach, Norfolk, Portsmouth, Suffolk, but it was constantly going to different places trying to find the correct spot, what Joe had visioned in his mind.
Locations was really fun. It's an adventure every day because you're always scouting out new places and trying to find the best location for what the film asks for. I was involved in finding the conference room, aka the doctor's meeting place in the Governor Dinwiddie Hotel in Portsmouth, and then I was also involved in finding the street in Suffolk.
Trying to shoot something in the 1950s when you're in 2013 is very difficult, especially in Virginia Beach where everything is new, nothing is old. That's why we looked a lot in Portsmouth, Suffolk, and Norfolk. Suffolk was definitely one of the harder locations because we had to get police, public works, traffic, utilities, bathrooms, the street itself, churches, subways. We had to get all these things locked down before shooting.
I'm Chenzi, and I'm the acting location manager for Miracle of Murders this weekend. And this is our Bank Street location. We're shooting right here up at this old law building. And we got the nice 1950s cars parked outside. PD's doing an excellent job making it look like a vintage 50s street. And things are really shaping up here.
The conference room was probably the simplest one. Next to Jack Quinn's, the restaurant that we filmed at, that was also one of the simplest ones because we just went in, I talked because I knew the people, and we were able to film there. One of the location scouts we were going on, it was actually a tech scout. We went to this old folks home and we met this great guy, John. John had a big crush on Joe. I think he loved his scarf personally. But when John found out that we were filming a movie, he couldn't stop talking to Joe, and he just wanted to get all this information from him. And in the middle of John talking, he would squat, and just randomly, and he was mid-word, he'd just start squatting and continue talking, and then he'd stand back up and continue talking. And I didn't really understand what was happening. So throughout the filming process, every once in a while, I would show up to Joe and I would start crouching and talk to him, and then stand back up and crouch again. And every once in a while he would join in because he started to catch on what I was doing and everything. And it's just a running joke definitely between Joe and I about this guy John.
When we found the perfect location in Powhatan, Virginia, we talked to the sisters because nuns ran this place. It's awesome, they're charming. We got to the place, we walk into the facility, and there's a bathroom, perfect. There's a hospital ward, perfect. There's the study, there's the lobby. I started seeing everything and it was all perfect. But in the back of my mind I was thinking, there's no way Tim and Lauren are gonna sign off on this because we can't shoot it in a day. So I called them up, I was like, listen guys, I found the place, but I need 3 days. You know, I think I even like held the phone away from my ear a little bit, and they were like, okay.
It's this abandoned girls' boarding school that hasn't been touched in like 50 years.
When you're approaching it, there's potholes on every 10 feet. And right when you think man, I got to turn around, I'm in the wrong spot, you come across this 28,000 square foot building that's just right there. And I remember when we walked in, Joe, I think, was holding his excitement. Sarah Rose was freaking out. I personally almost came to tears, just from how amazing this building is going to be. When people see this Powhatan, the school location, they will be blown away. The operating amphitheater was very difficult as well because that was at the Department of Transportation. The operating room was built in 1895 or 1890, and it was redone in 1920, and it's actually now the Department of Transportation.
I think locations is just like the unknown adventure that you can go somewhere and not know anything and then come back home and know everything about it.
I drove a lot, I really did. I'd probably say like 3,000 to 4,000 miles. I mean, there was one day I think I clocked in like 600 miles or something like that. It was ridiculous. But I mean, I loved it. Every time I went, I never actually went location scouting by myself. I either had Joe or Sarah Rose, Chenzi, or Evan. So it was always just a fun experience.